Good afternoon. Welcome to All About Animals. I'm Sherry Gradator, and I've got lots of guests today. I've got Mickey, and I've got Minnie, and I've got Carol Euster, who is the founder of Canine Reading Buddies of the North Shore. What's Canine Reading Buddies all about, Carol?
Canine Reading Buddies is an animal-assisted children's literacy program. So in other words, we bring therapy teams into schools and libraries for children to read to them.
Why reading to a dog? What is the benefit?
Okay, so studies show that just even being in the same room as a dog lowers blood pressure and reduces anxiety. So you can imagine the impact of actually reading to a dog when a child is already a struggling reader and nervous. So reading to a therapy dog calms a child down and relaxes them enough to feel that they're in a safe, non-judgmental environment. The therapy dogs are used as projection tools. So if the child is having trouble, we'll say, you know what, Mickey doesn't understand that word. Maybe you could explain that word to Mickey. And together look it up in the dictionary. And so the child will open up the children's dictionary and with some help maybe read the definition to Mickey. And if we're wondering whether or not the child understands what they're reading in the book, or if maybe they started the book before they came, we'll ask them to catch Mickey up on what happened or explain to Mickey what is happening now because he's a little confused.
So you formed this organization. How long ago was it? Not that long.
Yeah, it was actually 2007,
Wow.
January 2007.
And why?
Well, you know, literacy is a challenge all around the world, all around the country, and I was looking for an opportunity to volunteer with my therapy dogs in a literacy program in Chicago, and there was, you know, in the Highland Park area specifically, and there wasn't a program here. So being that it takes a while to drive someplace and then to run the program, I wanted to make sure that it was geographically desirable to be able to do that and still be leading a balanced life. So this program was founded here on the North Shore to help children with their reading skills because there wasn't a program with therapy dogs that did that here. Just citing a couple statistics about literacy in America, 21 million Americans can't read at all. 45 million are marginally illiterate, and 1/5 of high school graduates can't even read their diplomas.
Wow.
So it's really shocking. A couple other statistics, 42 million Americans can't read at all. 50 million are unable to read at a higher level that is expected of a 4th or 5th grader. One of the most interesting statistics that we came across while doing a study is that in some states, including California, North Carolina, Texas, and Virginia, the failure rate on 3rd grade reading tests is now used to help project the number of jail cells that will be needed when those third graders are adults. So, and what one of the common sayings of educators is that until 3rd grade, a child learns to read, and then after 3rd grade, a child reads to learn. So, if their reading abilities in 3rd grade, their reading abilities in 3rd grade are a telltale barometer for their success academically later in life. So our goal is to catch in school 1st, 2nd, and 3rd graders to help get them on reading at grade level by the time they leave 3rd grade.
Now, when last we spoke about this program, which was probably about a year ago, maybe a year and a half, you were at the Deerfield Library. You were trying to get permission to bring the dogs into the schools. And you were kind of fingers crossed that maybe it would happen. Where are you now?
Right. So initially when we started the program, there was a city ordinance that prohibited dogs on school property in District 112, which is Highland Park. Since that time, I had written an exception to that amendment that passed our city council in June 2008. And in that fall, dogs entered the District 112 building and schools after that. So we've come a long way since then and very excited about the progress we've made. We've since also expanded to, in the libraries, we initially started with just Deerfield Library in 2008. or actually 2007. And since then, we're also now at Highland Park Library, Wilmette Public Library, and soon to be Highwood Library.
My goodness, you guys are very busy. Have you any idea approximately how many kids you're serving right now?
Yes, we've serviced. I actually have to check my sheet because my memory isn't as good as it used to be.
It's all getting old.
I know. We have serviced over 400 preschool children at the Green Bay Early Childhood Center in Highland Park. We have also conducted 360 reading sessions with 42 at-risk readers in District 112. Additionally, we're actually at a Hebrew school in Deerfield as well, where we've conducted 30 individual reading sessions with Hebrew school students. And we've conducted about 200 individual reading sessions at libraries in Highland Park and on the North Shore just in this year alone, 2000.
How many dogs do you have now working?
2010. Excuse me?
How many dogs are affiliated?
We have about 22 therapy dogs and about 15 handlers, because some of us are multiple dog owners, and that accounts for the difference.
And what constitutes a therapy dog? What do you need these dogs? How are they tested?
Right. All of our dogs are certified through Therapy Dogs International. This is their ID badge, and they all walk in with a TDI badge that has their picture on it. Therapy Dogs International is www.tdi-dog.org, and you can go on their website to find out what the testing requirements are to see if your dog already would pass their evaluation, and or get your dog up to speed by working with a trainer to go through testing.
Does that mean that you're looking for more people?
We're always looking for more people, and you don't always have to have a dog. We can use volunteers who don't have a dog that enjoy being around children and dogs and books.
Yeah, and you once said to me, and it bears repeating, that part of the reason that it's so good for these kids is that the dog doesn't criticize.
Exactly.
And the dog doesn't correct. And if the kid makes a mistake, he doesn't need to be embarrassed.
Exactly. We have seen children overcome fear of dogs and fear of reading in the time that we've worked with them.
Okay, we're running short on time, which means I want to talk about the calendar a little bit.
Okay.
Have you got a calendar here?
We actually do. We're working with David Sutton on a 2011 Dog Days calendar, and these calendars will be available for animal shelters as well as ourselves for fundraising. Canine Reading Buddies will have these at Sunset Foods at all four stores, Northbrook, Lake Forest, Highland Park, and
Northbrook.
Northbrook, Lake Forest, Deerfield,
And Highland Park.
and Highland Park.
No, there's no Deerfield.
There's
Sunset
no Deerfield.
Food is not Deerfield.
Right.
It's Lake Forest.
Libertyville,
yes.
Lake Forest, Libertyville,
Excuse
Highland
us,
Park,
Sunset Foods.
and Northbrook. Yes, sorry about that.
Yes.
And the calendars will come out in mid-October. We'll also have these calendars at different animal shelters, such as Save a Pet, that will be using these calendars as fundraisers. And we look forward to spreading them all throughout Chicagoland.
And the photographs are neat, the calendar is useful, and you're doing a good thing. And if people don't really want a calendar, I'm sure you would not be adverse to donations.
We are not adverse to donations. Donations to Canine Reading Buddies could be sent to P.O. Box 477, Highland Park, Illinois, 60035.
And are you a
501c3 not-for-profit, so it's all tax deductible.
which is a good thing. Carol, is there a number people can call or a website they can check if they want more information on your programs?
Yes, you can phone 847-208-2267. Our website is currently in progress, but that is www.caninereadingbuddies.org.
It's an incredible program. Your dogs are much better behaved than mine, I have to tell you.
Training is an everyday, every moment thing.
Well, it has to
Yes.
consume you because this whole concept consumes you.
Yes.
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 It's terrific. I've seen the kids, they come alive when they read to a dog. They sparkle. It's a remarkable thing. It's a terrific program. It helps kids who, and this is, by the way, we never did mention that this is reading out loud, which I think is important because it is. It gives them confidence, it gives them security. It's a good program.
Thank you. Yes, it does do all those things, and hopefully helps them lead a fuller and more complete life academically and socially and all of those
And
things.
yeah, and grow up to do better and achieve in school and all of the things we want for our kids.
Exactly, exactly.
Carol, thank you. We are out of time, and we're going to take you now to Save a Pet. Not you, but them, and show you some of the dogs and cats that we have available there for adoption.